All right, just let me know before
Yep.
you go wherever, and I'll call you, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Yep, just wanted to let you know.
I'm really happy we didn't have breakfast.
Yeah. You would have been sick as a dog. Lisa has it, I have it, trip canceled, you know, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful.
Mark everybody on. I've eaten it.
Yeah.
Hey, Charles, 1653 is the work one?
No. You know, use that one, that's fine.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay, all right. That's one I have on my phone, so.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to Northampton County General Purpose Authority meeting held on February 1st, 2022. Mark, will you please take roll?
Sure.
Mr. Anthony,
Here.
Mr. Derdinger,
Here.
Ms. Pearson,
Here.
Mr. Kraft,
Here?
Ms. Vargo Hefner,
Here.
Mr. Donchez,
Here.
Ms. Baum.
Here.
All right, thank you, Mark. In your meeting packet was the minutes from the January 4th GPA meeting. I need a motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Thank you, Lori. Need a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ken. Any questions on that motion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, no public comment today. Ron, would you please review the treasurer's report?
Sure thing. You have it as of December 31st, 2021. The county always really closes out the year end in early February. We don't have some of the data we need to show the new year budget. So next month, everything will be back to where it should be. But you'll see at year end 12/31/21, we had total cash and cash equivalents of $512,345.84. Total liabilities of $415,413.09. You do see the account payable accrual a minus or a plus back. That is the one item where our insurance really for next year was in these numbers, so that'll be adjusted when you see next month's numbers. And we have a fund balance of ending fund balance of $484,836.77. Let me make sure that's right. Yep. And then the second page is the income statement for our account, the GPA administration, and you'll see total revenues through column 3 through December 31st is $506,811.21. Our expenditures were $1,111,385.39, and then net expenditures were a minus to $604,574.18. And then the last page is our year-end for the capital project budget, which is a flow-through account. And you'll see for the year we had total revenues of $4.2 billion and change, expenditures of $4.2 million and change with a net zero for the period. So again, next month's statements will have everything paid and current as we get the data back from the county.
All right, thank you, Ron. I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
So moved.
Thank you, Charles. I need a second.
Second.
I'll
Thank-
second.
All right, thank you, Lori. Any questions on that motion? All right, seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ron. Mark, invoices for payment, please.
Sure. In your packet, along with some, are the invoices for payment. We have King Spry invoices totaling $4,473.18. Alfred Benish and Company totaling $3,306.97. Watt Teeter totaling $56,235.54. And Riley and Company totaling $5,333 for a grand total of $69,348.69.
All right, thank you. Mark, I need a motion to approve the bills.
This
I'll
is
make the
Pam.
motion.
I'll second then. This is Pam.
All right, motion made by Ron and seconded by Pam. Any questions on that motion? All those in favor say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. And the other item is invoices paid to date, I believe, and that's just informational only.
Yeah, and just a quick note about these these are 2021 invoices, so they'll hit the 2021 books.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mark. Bridge project.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Greg.
Everybody have a copy of the status report?
Do?
Okay. Short report this month. Regarding conceptual plans, we've received the Bridge 124 conceptual plans, which includes the structure plans, construction, right-of-way, permit, and we reviewed those and we submitted them back to GPI with our comments last Friday. Regarding right-of-way, John, I don't know if you have an update on Bridge 41?
Yes. Yesterday, I appeared in Motions Court before Judge Cassius to request a writ of possession so that our contractors could, get in there without being harassed. And a lawyer for the Leggett showed up, attempting to file preliminary objections 3 weeks late. And matter is now under advisement with Judge Cassius. We feel she's clearly, she's clearly out of bounds, looking for, filing at this point. She believes that she had a deal with the county, which I understand from email traffic yesterday just did not exist, but she insisted that she had a deal with the county before this came down. She's been offered, in this process, only the original offer of $4,840. So we'll see what Judge Cassius does, but I'm sure that we'll get this cleared up in due order.
All right, thank you, John.
With the stream restriction at Bridge 41, work can begin to stream on April 1st. Jumping down to utilities, there's been continuing coordination between Krieger and utility companies. We received emails of such. One pole has been removed at Bridge 63 by by Verizon, and there's some work that has to be done also there by PPL. So that's the update on utilities. Bridge 124 down below, I noted that already with the conceptual plans. On Bridge 101, a report was submitted on November 23rd. It was reviewed by IWDA. We discussed our last status call, and additional borings are scheduled to be drilled the week of February 21st. Regarding construction, Bridges 54, 146, 210, 195 all have punch list items to be completed, and able to be completed when Krieger's back out to site working on Bridge 41. And most of this is due to temperature requirements for either paving or line painting, concrete work.
Let me stop you there. And 41 is supposed to start when?
Bridge 41, do you say?
Yes.
April 1st is when the
we're
stream
gonna wait.
restriction is. They could start earlier,
Right,
if they
that's
want
my
to clearing.
question, obviously. They could start earlier, temperatures allow it.
Yep, and that was noted at our status meeting that they could start earlier.
Okay, thank you.
And then lastly, Bridge 219, final walkthrough occurred on on January 4th. Punch list items were sent on January 5th. Substantial completion was given on January 5th, and the bridge was open on January 7th. We gave a list of punch list items, and similarly, Krieger noted they'd be working on those when they get back out on Bridge 41. And that's the end of my update. Any questions?
I do not have any questions? All All right, thank you, Greg.
Thanks.
Yes, Mr. Hartney?
Are you ready for the Historic and Cultural Assets Plan presentation?
We are.
Thank you for allowing us to present this update to you. This is something that is going to be presented to County Council at the Community and Economic Development Committee meeting this Thursday in much more detail. But we wanted to give you kind of a high-level overview of the county's first ever Historic and Cultural Asset Plan, in hopes that there's going to be some future opportunities to partner on its implementation. So for those of you following along on the phone, I'm still on the first slide, and you can follow along. So what we were trying to accomplish with this Historic and Cultural Assets Plan, the county's assets haven't been identified before and kind of put into one document, and there's no cohesive strategy around how to treat those. And we wanted to look at them as economic assets to help the county economically, but also we recognize this is a big factor in creating a sense of place and what makes Northampton County so great. So in here, there were several goals that were identified. Goal 1, quality of place. Goal 2, economic development. County and municipal programs and processes. This is where the county, we don't control a lot of the historic preservation that's done at a local level, but we can provide the tools and technical assets to do that. Sorry, I'm on the wrong, there we go. Goal 4, community planning, regional landscape connections, and community engagement. So benefits of preservation, the economic benefits, community investment and skilled jobs, property values. When people are doing historic preservation, they tend to use local tradespeople, and it helps keep a lot of income locally. Heritage tourism benefits, and this is a really important aspect, and the timing of this plan is such that with Bethlehem and their UNESCO World Heritage Site designation, it's really great for Bethlehem, and it's going to bring a lot of people to the area. We want to make sure that folks are not just staying in Bethlehem, that they can get out to the entire county and see all of the historic and cultural assets throughout the county. Community building benefits. Bethlehem and Easton have really leveraged their historic and cultural assets to help create their downtowns. With Bethlehem, it's a huge part of that. Same with Easton, and we want to make sure that type of development is taking place in the boroughs. And there's a lot of environmental benefits to preserving what's already built, as opposed to new construction. Historic landscapes. This is also a very important part of what makes the culture in Northampton County. Our agricultural past really helps shape what the county is all about, and we want to make sure that we are preserving these landscapes as part of it in telling our story. The consultants identified several historic contexts, and so these are the things that really help identify and what shaped the history in Northampton County. And there are 4 that are particularly important. Native and natural landscape, that's, basically the rivers, the mountains, that was all here, and that really played a significant role in how this area developed. Then we became a primarily agricultural area, a lot of agriculture. And then we had the canal and coal area and the railroad and coal era. And that's really what our towns developed around and became population centers. And you can still see a lot of that in our towns. Then we had suburbanization, which was the development of those agricultural lands into housing developments. And so those were the 4 main areas that really helped shape how Northampton County was developed. So as part of the plan, one of the things that became very evident, a lot of times when people do these plans, they make a list of all the assets, and it's just like an inventory. We definitely wanted to make sure that we weren't just inventorying these things, but leveraging them for the economic benefit of the county. And the identity and storytelling is what came about from our task force. And let me step back. For the development of this plan, we started this project back in 2018, the end of 2018. This was pre-pandemic, and worked with our consultants and the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission to create this. And as part of that process, we had a task force, a historic preservation task force, and this included folks like the Moravians, the Northampton County Historical and Genealogical Society, Discover Lehigh Valley. So all of the players that you would think of in historic and cultural assets. And one of the things that they really brought to us was, this identity and storytelling. We need to be better about how we tell the story of Northampton County. So this became a main focus of the plan, and something that we feel we have more direct control over. With some of the preservation stuff, if you're gonna do a historic district overlay in a downtown, well, we as the county aren't gonna be able to go in to, say, the borough of Bangor and say, implement a historic district ordinance. We can provide the resources and education, but it's gonna be incumbent upon them to do that. So we wanted to make sure that we were focusing on things that we have some control over. What they came up with was a county interpretive presentation. And this is really about identity and branding and creating a graphic identity that when people come to Northampton County and they're visiting a historic site, they know that they're here in the county. And it all kind of flows together. The other idea was coming up with these thematic storylines, so that when people are here, say in Bethlehem, learning about the Moravian Historic Quarter, they also know they can go to Nazareth, where the first settlement was, and visit the Moravian Historical Society and learn about that. And so it gets people moving throughout the county and everybody benefiting from the visitation. In our county interpretive presentation, we've identified several things. We call them regional attractions. These are visitor-ready sites that people can go to, and they're staffed. And so the National Museum of Industrial History, a lot of the Moravian sites in Bethlehem are sites like that. Then you have local attractions like the Jacobsburg Historical Society, or the Slate Belt Heritage Center, that they're great little historic assets, but they're staffed by volunteers. They may or may not be open. So coming up with strategies so that when people come here, find out about them, and they want to go to these smaller places, that they can do it in a more passive way, that people don't necessarily need to be there. There may be outdoor interpretive displays, that type of thing. And then, making sure that communities are telling their own stories is also an important thing. We're also looking to incorporate a lot of this stuff in park, trail, and greenway interpretation, and themed itineraries and linkages between sites. Here's a list of some of the regional attractions and regional visitor-ready storylines. The Moravian Church Settlement, the Canal Era, DNL, National Heritage Corridor in the Canal Towns, and the steel industry. Here's a list of some of the local attractions. And there's really just a bunch of these neat little sites all across the county. Community interpretation, this is really where the local communities get to tell their stories, and all of that should be coordinated through the overall plan. Here are some storylines that are in need of further development. The Cement Belt and Slate Belt, 18th and 19th century agriculture in the townships, and then the native landscape are areas that they've identified as needing further development as we do that. And then park, trail, and greenway interpretation. So that's a very high level overview of this. The plan is we're gonna be doing a much more detailed presentation for council, and then the plan will be released after that. And we'll be looking to see, as we identify areas for funding, we think there may be some partnership opportunities with the GPA.
Fantastic.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Are we allowed to ask any questions?
Of course.
Thanks. First of all, great presentation. Thank you for that. What's the ultimate result we're trying to achieve? Like, do you imagine a brand like historic Northampton County that is marketed and supported throughout, and that the townships and cities are investing in that? Do you see this as a county-funded marketing strategy? Do you see it as a grant program? Like, what's the ultimate goal with all of this?
I think it's both and. We are going to be working with Discover Lehigh Valley to help tell this story and develop that brand. But then, I also see opportunities for grant programs that encourage the municipalities for their sites to participate in. And like one of the conditions of the grant would be to use the approved brand or design of the county and incorporate that in the signage at their parks or historical sites. Does that answer your question, Ann?
It does. Thank you.
Any other questions for Mark? All right,
No,
thank you,
great
Mark.
presentation.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Anything else, Mark?
Just, it's that time of year again. We've included a statement of financial interest form in your packets, or you can also go online to fill that out, but we do need those completed.
All right, thank you. Any other business?
Mr. Chairman, there is a necessity that came up just in the last couple of days for an executive session.
Okay,
So I would make a motion for an executive session
all right,
to discuss pending and ongoing litigation.
all right. Do I need to second that? John, do I need to second that?
Second.
All right, Charles threw a motion out there, Lori seconded it. Any questions on that motion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye?
Aye.
All right, motion carries.
And as this is at the end of the meeting, I'd like to also make a motion to adjourn so that these fine folks don't have to hang out.
Second.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor of that motion say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you very much.
What,
Those on
Pam,
phone will be contacted.
Pam, what's the best number to reach you at?
Okay, don't,
Yeah, never mind, don't say that.
on it, yeah. I think I have a number.
Okay, well,
Okay, you guys will call us.
yes, we will call you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.